Hey everybody, it's your girl Del Lynn, better known as Queen Dels on Instagram, and I'm here with a new video to talk a little bit about why I chose my health over my hair. So this video is really geared towards women, particularly women who struggle with having identity issues regarding their hair. Most of the ladies that I know talk about this subject a lot, especially if you're like me and you're working out and you're trying to get back, in shape, and you want to be more healthier. Like, the last thing you want to be focusing on all the time is your hair. Surprisingly enough, most people would be shocked to find out that I have not worn my real hair out in 13 years. Yeah, before I did this video, I sat there and tried to figure out when was the last time I wore my real hair out. So mind you, I probably have worn it to get a haircut, and I may have worn that cut for a little bit, a little bit meaning a week, 2 weeks maybe. And then I would go back and revert to whatever style. So my go-to styles have been weaves, wigs, and braids, literally for the last 13 years. 2005 was when I really started to get into wearing weaves and wigs. When I was in high school, I graduated from high school in 2004, and when I was in high school, I always wore my natural hair. My mom was not one of those types of moms that condoned weaves. She had 5 daughters, and so she made sure that we took care of our natural hair, our real hair, and I never had any problems with it. It was not until the weight gain, and I think the weight started, a little bit into 2005, more so 2006 is when the weight gain started. And as the weight, began to pile on, I felt like I didn't like the way I looked. So instead of fixing the weight, I would do different things to my hair. And I was literally changing my hairstyle every 2 to 3 weeks. Ladies who know anything about hair, y'all know about quick weaves and stuff like that. I was doing a quick weave. I was putting the tracks on my hair with the glue, and for 12, 13 years doing that, my hair paid a price. It really started to get to a point to where I actually felt like I needed the weave. I felt like I wasn't cute or pretty without my hair being long. Regardless if people say they embrace natural hair, the big craze right now is lace wigs, lace frontals, lace closures, silk closures. All of that stuff is really in now. And I mean, YouTube, if you just click on YouTube right now and just search any of those words that I just said, it'll pop up all kinds of videos, with information with women showing how to install these hairstyles. I chose those styles because I felt like it was, not only was it popular, but I made them look realistic as best as I could. I embraced looking like somebody else instead of looking like myself. And so after a while, when I would take the weaves and the wigs out, and then or the braids out, and I would walk around with my real hair, I didn't even feel like myself. I would literally say things like, I don't feel like myself, not realizing that the hair that was on my head was my natural self and the other stuff was not mine. Let me also say that this is not judging anybody that does wear weaves, that do wear wigs, that wear braids all the time. Like, to each its own. This is just my discovery as to how I got to this process to look like this. Actually, I had someone tell me the other day, a friend of mine, and I took it as a compliment. She was like, wow, Del, whenever you see an error or something that you don't like about yourself or something you need to correct, she was like, you don't mind doing stuff drastic to change it. And I told her, no, not at all. Because I know on the other side of that, it's gonna be something beautiful. So the hair issue was definitely affecting my mental state, so I needed to make that change. Maintenance for weaves and wigs and braids are crazy expensive, especially if you're like me and you want it to always look fresh. The moment it starts to look, like I always say, it looks dusty, that's when we go to the stylist again. And I have like 4 or 5 different stylists on speed dial, like no lie. I have one that does the braids, one that does the weaves, one that does the wigs, one that installs crochet. Like, I have them all, and one person not available, I'm calling the next one, because I always felt like I needed to look on point at all times. And so, y'all, the bundles to get them installed to get them colored, and then don't get a wig made, to get a wig unit made. And then the ladies at the salon will make you feel like, okay, it's cheaper if you get a unit made. Maybe that's may be the case, but then I gotta get you to put the wig on my head, braid my hair down, sew that onto my head. And then I also have to pay to get it maintained, because that wig ain't gonna always look like what it does on my head. It starts to get crazy expensive. And all the while, because I did not want to accept myself the way, you know, God created me, I was making excuses as to why it was okay to spend the kind of money that I was spending. So it's one thing to spend money on weaves and wigs. It's one thing to spend money on, you know, hair maintenance, but it's a whole nother part when the hair that you have underneath all of that, you're not taking care of. And that's where my struggle was coming from. I was, you know, making it seem like it was quick and easy to have this beautiful long hair from somebody I don't even know who she was. But truth be told, like underneath that, those sew-ins were breaking my edges. Like, Lord, my edges were literally snatched. Sis, I ain't have no edges, because all these braids were pulling the edges when they were putting these wigs on. And then the ladies that would do it, like, oh, the tighter the better. So it was like the tension around my edges was horrible. Not only that, I would go from one style to the next. So all I would do was wash my hair real quick, put maybe a little conditioner in it, and go to the hairstylist again. And I was just repeating this cycle for 13 years. Not to mention on first years when I thought I was a hairstylist, you know, I was a kitchen beautician and I was doing my hair myself. So I really wasn't taking care of my hair. The final straw that made me cut my hair off, and this was the first time I'd ever cut my hair, because I've always told people Dylan does not have any hair attachments. I do not. I really don't. Obviously, I've shaved my head bald. I'll show you some pictures of me with, you know, a fade I have. I've had hair, you know, long hair. I've had curly hair. That's all been all natural. No hair attachments whatsoever. But the final straw for me was when I noticed that my edges were gone. I was calling a stylist one day and I was trying to explain to her that I didn't have any edges. And I was like, well, what can you do around these edges? Like, what can we do to, you know, make it look like I do, like an illusion? And then I was like, I literally said this statement to myself. I said, well, if I die, like, I ain't gonna have no edges when I get old and, you know, get ready. They're gonna put me in the ground and I ain't gonna have, and the first thing that came to my mind was, oh, they just put a wig on me when I die. Like, who says stuff like that? First of all, I'm a little morbid, I know. But who says stuff like that about hair? Like, who doesn't care or value themselves or their own appearance that much to where they'll just be like, well, whatever happens to me, just toss a wig on me and call it a day. Like, I'm only 31 years old. And so I'm like, I'm too young to be talking about just popping a wig on my head. Like, I heard myself say it. And for some reason, that was just like the stupidest thing to me ever. And after that, I said to myself, I'm choosing my hair over my health. Not just my physical health, but my mental health. Accepting and embracing who God created me. So you guys have caught me in the middle of a 6-month, no weave, no wig, no braid challenge. And the only way I felt like I could see to it that that would happen is if I didn't have no hair to on my head to like attach any braids or anything to. And not only that, I just wanted a fresh start. I just wanted to start all over, and I wanted something, you know, quick and easy to maintain, especially since I go to the gym a lot. So went to my stylist. Shout out to my friend and my sister, Rekedda. She's been doing my hair since I was 17. And she's not one of them kitchen beauticians, y'all. She the real deal. I'll put her information in the description box. But I went back to her after not seeing her for a while because I was, you know, being a heathen and exploring with all them wigs and weaves. And I went back to her and I told her that I wanted my haircut. She never second guessed me. She was like, I know you. If you want something done, you're gonna get it done. So I went to her, we cut it off, and it was cute for like the first week because it had those cute little waves, you know how the style, I'll show you guys a picture of how it was. But after that first week, I couldn't maintain it on my own. I was like, I went out of town and one of my cousins was out of town with me. I had to have her refix my hair. So I was like, nope, this isn't short enough. And it's short, as you can see in the picture, it's short. So I went back to her a week later and I was like, take some more off. She's like, some more? Take some more off. Like, I want to be free. I don't want any hair attachments. I don't want anything that'll hold me back from reaching my fitness goals, because I want to be able to wash my hair, mold it down, lay it down, wrap it up if I need to, hit the gym, you know, be sweating, but still my hair be flat, take off those wraps and those molds and take a shower, get to work and do all the other things that I have to do without any worries about, do I look cute? To be honest with you, there are days when I have this short hair and I hate it. I'm like, I'm being so for real. I'm just like, I look like a boy, or I'm not feeling it. I sent a picture to a friend of mine the very first day I got it, and I was like, I hate it. No matter how many times everybody was telling me, ooh, girl, that's cute. Ooh, girl, you look like Tony. Ooh, girl, you look like Jada. Okay, thanks a lot. I was feeling it. I appreciate the love. But at the same time, I was just like, I don't like it. And for me, that's always number one, is I needed to learn how to embrace and love myself. So this journey has been incredible. These last month of the journey, so I got 5 more months left. And to be completely honest with you, I don't know right then and there after the 5 months of the no weave and wig challenge, will I go right back to it? You know, will I? I don't know. But I think by then, 6 months is a good enough time for me to start to learn to finally love and accept who I am and what my face looks like without all the extra stuff. That's the thing about short hair. You can't hide behind a wig. You can't hide behind a weave. You can't hide behind hair on your head. You have to accept what your face looks like, because what your face looks like is what your face looks like. So I had to learn to accept who I was and who I am, just like I am. I want to encourage anyone who's watching this, if you are thinking about, okay, well, I want to work out, but what about my hair? What am I gonna do? Because, oh, I got all this hair and I'm natural and I ain't got time to be. Figure something out. And the reason why I say it like that with so much urgency is because you are choosing hair over your health. Think about that for a second. How important is your hair versus your health? If you gotta get it braided, find somebody that's an expert on braiding that will treat your hair and take care of it so that it'll, you know, it'll last and those edges will stay put. If you wanna do the whole wig thing as a protective style, sis, go for it. If you wanna do the whole weave thing as a protective style, go for it. Crochet was my best friend. I love my hair crocheted. But for me, this is what I needed to do. Find out what it is that you need to do so that you're not putting a pause on one of the most important things, which is your health. Figure out today, like, what can I do after watching this video? Get a game plan. I'm gonna call my stylist, I'm gonna call my braid lady, am I gonna go to the beauty supply store and get the products? The only thing I say is do not let this video inspire you enough to go get some kitchen scissors and just get scissor happy. Like, please go see an expert, okay? Wait until the next day. If you're watching this late at night, please wait until the next day till you get you an appointment, because sis, you will be mad and sad, and then don't come in my comments blaming me because I did not tell you to chop all your hair off. That's what I had to do to accept myself for who I was and to, you know, embrace all aspects of this journey. And to be honest with you, now I'm having more good days than I do bad, because I don't care. Like, it's just hair. I had to learn to say it's just hair. And I had to learn to be cute, not with just my face, but with my personality and my spirit. And letting that shine through makes you cute. So if you have any questions for me about this hair journey, if you want to know more information about my stylist, if you want any information about some really cool protective styles that might help, you know, with the working out process, please hit me up. You can hit me up here on YouTube, or you can hit me up on Instagram at Queen Dales. I'd be more than happy to help you through your process as you figure out a way to choose your health over your hair. All right, until next time, you guys have a great one. Bye.